Okay, so today's video I'll be teaching you how to get to 5,000 trophies. So what you want is a deck that you actually know how to play. It doesn't have to be good. All it has to include is like, this is optional, but you want to have like a building. I would recommend Tesla or Cannon. Cannon is actually pretty good. Or you can use Expo or Mortar. Next up, you want a good tanky win condition. Megalon is kind of OP. And mini P.E.K.K.A. Wall Breaker is actually not too bad. Hogs, Prince and Dark Prince. Elite Barbarians. It doesn't have to be that much tanky. It just has to be good and useful, and you know how to play it. It could be Hog Rider or even something that's not that good. It can get countered by all things. For example, Goblin Barrel. Next up, you want to have like a mini tank that can defend well, like Knight or mini P.E.K.K.A. or Valkyrie or Baby Dragon. Wizards also not bad. Princess can counter a lot of things, and it's a good win condition. Dark Goblin, pretty good. And some actually good stuff that you can defend with. It doesn't have to be very high HP or high elixir. It has to be good enough so you can like stall or defend stuff, like mini P.E.K.K.A. against Mega Knight. Next thing, you want a tank killer, Swarm or Inferno Tower or Inferno Dragon is not bad, but I would recommend a Swarm card and a tank killer. So tank killer doesn't have to be Infernos. It can be anything. Yeah, it can be anything as long as you're good with it and you know how to counter it. Next time, I would recommend one that can deal not too bad with splits, like split. Well, something that can counter 2 lane pushes. I would pretty much recommend like Ewiz or Skarmy, or like something that would drag them both in, lure them both in. Ice Golem is not very good for kiting. Yeah. Next up, you want to have at least one spell. I would recommend Log since it is very good, but some other like Fireball, Arrows, Barbarian Bear is not too good, but Zaps, Rocket, Poisons, Earthquake, a spell, at least one spell. Next up, I would also recommend you to have a cycle card, like a pretty low elixir card that you actually know how to use and know how to counter a lot of stuff with. For me, it is the Ice Spirits, and yeah, you want a tank, a building or not, a Swarm, a tank killer, could be a Swarm too, a mini tank, split lane push defender, a spell, and a cycle card. And that's pretty much it. As long as you know how to play it, it's not bad. It doesn't matter if anyone tells you if it's bad or gay or something. It just has to be not bad. Bat is actually really good for defense because it is an air swarm, and not a lot of win conditions know how to attack air, except for like Ram Rider or something. I don't know, but yeah. And here's some gameplay of me working or doing stuff. Yeah. And I'll be eating too. And actually, it doesn't have to be a building that you can defend with. It has to be at least a building that's like a building. Yeah, that's about it. Hey, yo. Push. Sure. I had a bandit. Dashy dash is pretty good. sometimes you want to have a card that's very good for predicting stuff, like Log. It's very good for predicting sword cards or arrows. Arrows are actually pretty good. But I wouldn't use arrows because it's a bit too expensive for me, and I like low elixir decks. Like mine is 3.0. And if you don't know how to counter stuff with the cards that you're using, then I would recommend watching some YouTube videos on how to use it. I wouldn't say you have to do it, I just say if you want to get better, you could watch like 1 or 2. You see that? Infernal Dragon is actually very good for pushing. Since if you have a tank and then grab Infernal Dragon or E-Wiz, then you can actually defend. I will also recommend not leaking elixir, but that's optional. For me, I do not like leaking elixir because when I leak elixir, it makes me feel like I'm wasting it, and I don't like wasting stuff. You don't have to 100% follow like if your friend is playing Clash and he's using this deck, you don't have to exactly follow it. You can use like some cards that you think is actually pretty good, then yeah, use it. Okay. You see that? Bandit completely destroyed that. What's the Dark Prince? Yeah, completely destroyed that Dark Prince, so it's pretty good. I wouldn't recommend maxing out your cards unless it's a win condition. Then maxing out is actually a pretty good idea, since win conditions you have to deal more damage. Yeah, my win condition is actually Furnace and also Mega Knight. And also Bandit. I have a couple win conditions, but you don't have to exactly only have one. You can have as many as you want as long as you know how to, use it. Yeah, I've been saying that a lot. As long as you know how to use it, use it. What? This one has Pekka and Mega Knight. What deck is this dude playing? That there. I have one of that there for Pekka. That for everything else. Spend that with that. And the furnace at the back. Bandit right there. And boom, that's tower, and that is good game. I wouldn't say I have to win for this video, but winning is actually pretty cool for today's video, so I can actually prove my point. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today's video. And basically, you want something that's low elixir, and that's actually good for defense. Swarm, a building, which is optional. You can also replace it with like cards other cards. Then I will recommend a tank. That's also your win condition. At least one spell, a split lane push defend thing, a tank killer, and a mini tank killer or mini tank defend thing. Yeah, amazing commentary. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great day.